Hi everybody, Heidi here, your Yorkshire crafter. How are you doing? Hope you're well as always. I'm going to crack straight on today because I've got a feeling a little lady's going to start kicking off as usual. Right, I'm using Stamping and Mixed Media card from Inklicious. Now I've used this for the base and for the panel. I've been asked, actually, quite a lot. I've took the middle out and I've put the sticking because we're using a thick stamp. I've been asked quite a lot if I'm going to buy the anti-skin and new stamps. So I've said no to everybody. I'm not going to buy them. There's nothing wrong with them. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love them. But again, I keep saying, and I'll keep saying, if I can't use it 5 times, then I'm not going to buy it. And I'm not going to buy it because I won't. I just know I won't. I'm actually just looking for what I'm going to use. So what I did say to everybody was, I'll use the old stamps and show you another technique that you can do with the new ones. So even if you've got these, you can do it with these, or you can do it with the new ones. Because they're all Andy's sketches, it works on any of them. So we'll get cracking. This is the only one I'll probably make into a card, but I'm going to have a go at this. But because the lines are quite thick, this might not be as good as this. So we'll see. So it's better to do both so we can compare. And I've done this one and it's perfect. I'm in love with it. So you've seen me do this twice before, I think. So this is for Pyrography. Or let's just make these robots rusty. Let's do it. So, piece of card. I did try it with watercolour card as well, but it wasn't as good. I don't know why, because watercolour card, it just gives a better effect. So we'll do the robots first. I just want to make sure it's not going to stamp any muckies on because I have been using it. Yeah. I'm just going to take this paper off and let this sit on the rubber while we do this bit. Then we're not going to have any movement. Right, you can see that, that's fine. So I'm going to put them here. We are going to cut it down, so I'm not worried about where it is. We're going to lift that up. Now, what you've got to do, you do not want your card to swim, but you don't want it to be totally dry. But if it's dry, you can always spray again. If it's too wet, it's not going to work. You're just going to end up with a blob. So I'm going to try by, I'm actually looking in this way so I can see what water I've got down, because I've got a couple of puddles there and I don't want puddles. So if I can find mine, it's here, look. Note to self, I need some more kitchen towel. I'm just going to dab up a few of the puddles. Like I say, I can always add more, not worried. Just going to leave that a minute. And I'm going to use Gathered Twigs. Now, you can use Vintage Photo, but it's quite dark. You don't want it too dark. And you don't have to use oxides, you just need a water reactive ink. And you only get one chance with this. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, like, but make sure it's all inked up. So now we're going to turn it over, put it down, and it should just wick straight out. There you go, it's wicking already. Might have a bit too much water, doesn't matter either way. Don't know if you can see it wicking. You can definitely see it at this side here. That's it. When I do it with a clear stamp, obviously you can see it straight away. I can see it coming out the bottom now. I love this technique. And I thought, the robots, they can go rusty. So I'm going to lift it up carefully. Now that's spot on, apart from we're a little bit dry here. And we definitely want it to wick a tiny bit. So I'm going to hopefully not spray too much. In fact, this is an Inklicious bottle. You might have seen me use them by now, but I'm going to be using them. It has a right good spray to it. That's fine, don't go any further. You know, just one of them sprays. I might have liked it a bit more than that. Wait a minute, let's try it with the... Oh, too much. Too much. That's why I used the other one. I mean, it's not too much, I just... Calm down, calm down. Now, I'm going to dry that off. Once I know there's not any water running, I'll lift it up and dry it. That's fine. If you haven't tried this technique, you've got to try it at least once. It's brilliant. I would prefer it all to be like that. So like I say, the less water the better. Well, no, because that means you don't put any on. But you don't want it swimming. Like, I've sprayed a little bit too much there. It's fine, it'll still do what we want it to do. So I'm putting that back in, exactly where it were, she says. It's fine, it will do exactly what I want it to do. We've cleaned that off, didn't we? Right, you would think now to go in with dark brown, but no, your dark brown gets lost. So I'm going in with Nocturne 3 or 4 times. And this is where the most fantastic look comes in. Now, we do need you to be in the same place. So as long as I've got that corner in, the rest of it will just follow, she says. Look at that. Don't you just love it? It's fantastic. What a look. Like I said, my dummy run isn't spread like that. So that has an amazing look to it. Which I'll show you on my finish. But I don't think it really matters whether it wicks big or little. My dummy run is like that one actually. I mean, you can lift that out if you don't want all that in there. Lift it out. Either use some bleach or use some water. I'll put a bit of water on it, although I think water might leave it with a bit of a stain. Mind you, it could be okay. I'll have a look. I've not tried it, so if it all goes wrong, it's your fault. Hey. We'll make this the last one. Put a lid on that for now. Clean that. And that's your stamping. I haven't put a sentiment on my other one yet because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think the image itself says a lot, so you don't need an obvious sentiment. There you go. Let's have another outing, hasn't it? Let's see if we can lift that with a bit of water. What's that? What's been on that brush? Might not. It might need bleach to lift it, to be fair. So you don't want to take it out completely. Oh yeah, it's lifted a bit. That's okay, is that actually? Shall I try it with a bit of the, what do you call it that I've got? Milton. I mean, I wouldn't have dreamt of taking any of it out, to be fair. But the other one that I've done is quite... Hang on. It's up here somewhere. It's here. Ow. Oh, I just walked into my drawer that I left open. Silly Billy. Let's just try it with a bit of Milton, see what it pulls out. I'm going to tip that onto there. That'll do. Don't need any more than that. That's got crispy round edges. That's not nice. Right, let's see if this works. Might regret this, but here goes. I only want to lighten it up a little bit. I don't want to remove anything. Yeah, it's going a bit pink, isn't it? Is it? Ooh, it's going weird. Yeah, I don't like that colour that is going. Oh well, I'm leaving it as it is. Just wipe that up, I don't want that on there. Now when that's dry, it might lift out a bit more, that, so we'll come back to that. But I'm okay with that. I don't even mind the colour actually. So, same thing again. Now, like I say, it might be too thick a stamp, we'll see. Just make sure there's nothing on it. Put that in the middle. Give it a spray. I'll go in with this one. Now I've done a bit less, I think, but I'm just going to spread that out evenly and see what that does. So gathered twigs. Just make sure it's covered where I want it. This is a great one, isn't it? Rusty ink bath. Now, I've got very little water now. Oh, wow. That wicked really quick. And I've got very little water on this. This might just be perfect. Although I've got no wick in here, so it might be a bit dry there. Right, let's lift that off and have a look. Oh, that's perfect. That is just perfect. That's what you want. Right, let's try that off. So there isn't any big movement, so that's absolutely perfect. This looks like it's going to work amazing. I've said before, now some of you obviously followed me from the beginning, so you'll have seen me do this before anyway. This is probably the most perfect stamp I've had for it. Well, these. But like I say, a lot of you who've joined don't go back to the beginning. And like I said, I don't blame you. Who really goes back to the beginning when they find somebody new? I know you go back so far, but I've got over 500 videos, so I'm not expecting anybody to go back to the beginning of that. And I think it'd be a bit embarrassing anyway. I was very much, I mean, I'm still an amateur now, but back then, flipping heck, I remember my first live. I had to work sideways because I didn't set the camera up right. I'll never forget that. That was so embarrassing. And yet so many of you watched it. Yikes. So I want that into that corner. That's it, she's awake. Of course she is. She's taking the inside of her bed out. What a dog. Let's have a look at that. Yes. I'm thinking a little bit of water here, but let's stamp it a few times first. Oh, I think the stamp moved, didn't it? Look at the drips there. I'll show you in a minute. That's all right then, it looks fine. It looks a bit 3D here now. Let's have a look. See what I mean here? It looks like I've 3D'd it. I'm going to do one more. Oh, I think that's stunning. Card definitely matters. If you've got a mixed media card, better. Just trying to think, would I go hot press or... So feeling the mixed media card, maybe hot press card, yeah. Or the back side of cold press. My hands are absolutely filthy. I keep thinking back, before I start, I'll clean my hands. Then they don't think I'm scruffy. And I always forget. That's stunning now. Clean this off. I am a huge fan of how clean you can get 3D foam stamps. They don't have to come out clean. Right, let me just... You know when you put a good cleaner on top of them. That in there. Don't need this again. I'll stick that in there just to look after it. There we go. Right, now then, I'm going to cut them out before I do the next bit. I was going to do it the other way around, but... Ta-da! It's good to have them out again. So, I'm using, these are Creative Expression. I don't know if they're still available or not, I couldn't tell you. Double stitch squares. But I've cut some frames out, that's why that's stuck together. So I want 3 for each card. Now they are slightly off, you might not be able to see it. I didn't get them perfectly square, so it does matter when I put them together how they're going to look. They'll go into me to be used again. Well, I've got some more here. So I want 3 for each. Oh, that didn't cut very well, did it? Oh dear. Oh, we might get away with it. Oh. 1. I've got 3 here anyway, so I might not use that one. That's just ripped a little bit. Well, it hasn't ripped. There we go. I've got 3. I don't need that one. So I'm going to cut these out. So I just want, that's how I've got my frame, is by putting 2 together. Now I just want this one. the inner, just to frame it. Now you see there's going to be room for a sentiment on this one, so that might come later. But for now, I'm going to stick that through to get cut. And I'm going to put a piece of copy paper over the top. And that's why I put my copy paper over, because that would have been on top of my plate and it would have gone onto my next card. So I always do that. I do it whether I've just blended or whether I've stamped. It's just habit now, I think. Do the same with this one. Get to where I want it. That looks good. About there. This is the one that I painted onto a stone. So we've done quite a bit with this one, to be fair. Lie down, Lily. Stick that on my table. Put that in there. I don't have a lot of square dies, so it's quite good to have. Oh, come on here. So card base. They're both going on. It's the same card, so it's the Inkylicious mixed media card. I should wash my hands. The filthy. Well, wash them. I mean, wipe them. Right, so we need 3 of these frames for each picture. Now what you'll find is, because, mind you, this should fit perfect, I think, should it? Yeah, but when you start putting the others on top, if you haven't put them the right way up, like that might go that way, but I've put it up that way, you'll find that this doesn't fit. But we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to put each picture to that side. So 2 of these want sticking together first. I'm using my Gina K Connect. Now you don't have to build these up either, but when I did my dummy run, it was flat, you know what I mean? It was just that on a piece of card with that, and I just thought it were a bit flat. But thinking on, I do go and ink this one up, and I think inked up, you just need one really, but I did it now, so I'm going to take the gathered twigs. Actually, might be easy just to rub that straight down it. I did it with my little brush thing. I like this. It's not going to give it a perfect coating, you know what I mean? This is better. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that better. So this now will go on top of there, and I'm hoping that that looks okay. Let's stick it on. That was a lot quicker than what I did it earlier. I went round and inked it up with this. Silly Billy. And I like this because it's not give a proper coating. Lolly, just one more minute, kid. We'll do the same with this one. So I want them to sit. Lolly, please. She really doesn't. She's worse than what Rosie used to be. No, that definitely doesn't fit. Oh yeah, it does. Let's go with that. Now, I haven't blinged them, but I have put some foil on it. Lolly, it's all right. Do this. Genius, that. Straight down there, a bit on there. Oops, it won't fit if I do that. I mean, you can do it when it's stuck on if you want. It's just a bit easier that way. Yep, I like that. Let's stick that on. Lolly. I've got to give her a sweet. Make her quiet for a minute. Get her a sweet out. That's sweet. You go. Do that. Do that. Right. I am going to stick these on, so they're just going to be stuck down just like that. This is where it all goes wrong. Right, I'm just going to leave that for a minute. I'll do the same with this. Oops. Told you, didn't I? Does that frame cover that? Yeah, let's do it that way around then. That there and there. I don't want to touch it. Right, I'm just going to put that to the side. I am going to wipe my hands. I'll go and have a shower when I've finished and get that off by washing my hair. I'm not going to lie, I haven't washed my hair for a week because I've been so poorly. I can't even brush my hair. That's how bad it's been. Right. Quickie glue pen. And all we're going to do is get it going. I'm just going to put some bits around the tin. I'm going to add a few bits there, around the shoulder. I'm going to cover the love art. I'll give them a bit of the shiny shoes. Some little bits around the tin. Shoulder blade thing. Eyes. Ears. I'm putting like dealy boppers on these. Have a look. I don't want to touch that. I did it the wrong way around, didn't I? Eyes. Ear. Dealy bopper. Mouthpiece. Oh, and her heart. So I knew where I was putting them on that. Don't know about this, but thinking, see, I never did wet it anymore, did I? It needed wetting. Does it need wetting? Let's dry that off. Now I've got to hope that this is proper dry, otherwise the foil won't stick. So I'm going to put it... Oh, Lolly, just 1 minute now. Now you're being unfair. Put a bit round there. Eyes. Eyelids. Put a bit round there, can't we? Ear. Ear. And I'm just going to put it on the drops. Maybe a bit on the leg. Bit down there. Right, let's see if this has worked. Put a little bit there. And I'm just going to put some circles up here. And then if I do put a sentiment, you can cover some up and not cover some others. Right, let's see what happens with this. You have to set it, well, you have to get it sticky. That's more or less done anyway. I'm using Spellbinders. I think it's just like an iridescent gold, isn't it? One that I've already cut off. And it should, yes, look at that. Now, because she's crying at me, I'll make one into a card. Now, other one's exactly the same, so as long as you see me put one together, you've got it. Lolly, I'm going to be 2 seconds now. It's not all about Lolly, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Right, this is absolutely stunning what it does to it. Look at that. Look at the eyes. I don't know if you can see them. It's beautiful. I love it on the tins. So let's try and see what happened with this one. Let's have a look. We did try, but I don't know if it'll work because of the wet here. Oh, it has. Well, it only gone and done it. Would you just look at that? Oh, I'm proper smiling. Lolly. Anyway, you're just going to do that with your foil. Make sure you've got all your tacky bits. Look at the bubbles in the bath. Look at his face. Well, I'm over the moon with that. I didn't even put any on that one. I'll do that after. Right, now all you need to do is get your frame. I'll tell you what, let's stick him in because I've got the other one stuck in. So you just want him in there. Let's get him stuck down. Where are you? We're going now, kid. I know what's wrong with that. It's 25 to 1. So she's saying, Mom, I'm hungry. Stick that in there. I had trouble getting it in earlier on. That's gone in absolutely perfect, she says. Can you hear her high pitch coming off her? She's terrible. That's just perfect. I just need it to stick down because I might not put enough glue on it. And I ain't taking it back up. That's perfect. Oh, I'm absolutely over the moon with how that's come out. Look at them eyes. And this is the one which I'm just going to do the same with this. This is the one I did. Look. Aren't they just gorgeous? I'm over the moon with them. I'm absolutely over the moon with them. Feels good to get something done and do it properly the first time. Right, I'm going to go, guys. I better go see to her. So, Spellbinders, that is. Hot foil. And I'm going to go. I love you guys. Another quick one. Look at that. 2 cards and it's only 36 minutes. I'm getting too good for my own boats here. No, I'm really not. Right, guys, I'm off. I love you. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Oh, look, 37 minutes. Bye, everybody.